In the quest for Ireland's Home of the Year, we've crossed the thresholds of 21 homes competing for the title. And each of them left a lasting impression on our judges.
This whole experience has been a complete privilege, honestly, to be able to walk into these 21 amazing homes. I've learned so much on this journey. It's not about how much it costs, it's not about where it is, it's not about anything like that, really. It's all about how happy you are in your home.
I think Irish people have a reputation for being quite conservative in their homes, but this competition has shown me that we are celebrating our homes, that actually people are so proud and so brave in their homes now.
It's very exciting to go in and to actually snoop in people's homes and to see the passion that people have for their homes.
Tonight, the judges face the tough task of choosing the winner. The only problem is, they must agree.
We've got 7 homes, 3 strong opinions, but there can only be one winner.
I think there's a possibility of 1 or 2 temper tantrums today. Bring it on.
Tonight we're in Carton House. Built in the 18th century, it's one of Ireland's finest historic homes, the perfect setting for the grand finale. The judges have selected the 7 standout homes of the series, and for the first time, they'll meet the homeowners. But first, they need to choose the winner.
I actually woke up last night at about 3 o'clock because I was just thinking about this. It's a very big day for everyone. And for me, I started this journey with one image of what this was going to be about. But I'd have to say it's totally different. I discovered the fact that what I do as an interior designer is really only one element. But in fact, it's the homeowners that make the home by bringing in that personality, their life, their history, their passion.
I suspect that it was the jumble of colour in our home maybe that swung it for us.
It's quite a different take on a Victorian style house, and I suppose they just saw a different style to what they probably would have expected.
We often see the same kind of homes and the same kind of styles in magazines, but what this competition has shown is that there is real diversity out there, and it's just a joy to see.
I really enjoyed that mix, that some of it was really stunning architectural design, but some of it was about, homemaking, placemaking, and I really enjoyed that.
We're so excited to be in the final. I mean, it's just been great, we're delighted.
To win would be fantastic. Really, really wonderful.
I think it's important to remember that scores don't matter anymore. It's a level playing field.
Until they reach a consensus, the judges will remain in their deliberation room. Across the hall in a different room, the homeowners will get their own chance to size up the competition and wait in the hope that they might take the trophy and be crowned the winner of Home of the Year.
So we've been up and down the country, and we've seen some incredible homes. And now it's time to refresh our memories as to why these homes have made it into the final.
The first home that made it into the top 7 was an extended cottage in Tipperary.
When you walk in, it's a bit like Narnia going into the wardrobe. You open a fairly plain, nondescript door, and then there's a blast of light coming at you from the far side of the house.
This was a remarkable start to the competition.
The whole layout actually was a bit of a journey of discovery.
The rooms were separated, but had a lovely connection. Great location with that incredible view, which they really embraced with all that glazing.
Amazing bedrooms as well, really celebrating those views.
Because the site is so elevated. Actually, when you're up there, you think you're in a 4-storey house.
It's kind of like a haven.
It is, absolutely. It's where I meditate in the afternoons.
It's comfy, it's warm, it's spacious. I love it.
It was a lifetime of collection here. It was fantastic.
You really got a sense of the homeowners in this house. All those pieces that they've collected give it such character, such a warm feeling when you were walking around.
And that house really told me a story.
Next up is our split-level home in Cork. Such a bold, architectural, strong statement, but it sat really beautifully in the landscape.
This house really stayed with me. I kept thinking about it.
There are 2 secret doors, and you pull that back and you go through to the other
half of the house, which is over here. There are a lot of special things in the house when you walk around. You discover things that make you smile. But I think saving energy has been one of the main issues for us and for Don, my son, who built the house.
You don't very often see something so beautiful that is actually pure function.
It's part of this passive house having a concrete wall in the centre. So they've taken something that people could see as a problem and turned it into something that was the most beautiful design solution. This incredible piece of art, really.
But it was very, very simple.
Yeah.
Those big picture windows was actually your colour.
And that incredible view.
And that lovely big bath in the bedroom.
Yeah, door or no door, it was still an incredible bathroom.
It was just a tour de force. The next finalist was this marvellous Muse house in Dublin. Real understanding of how you get light into the space, which I loved. And then the other thing which I found fascinating here was there was only 3 materials. The terrazzo floor, the plastered walls, and that amazing plywood. And of course, for me, the piece of inspiration in this home was the mirror in the bedroom. Such a simple thing, such a difference in bringing that room to life.
It's an antique given to my grandfather by his men in the army in the 50s, so we just thought it'd be nice to have something really old in such a modern room.
You know, we had the sign hanging down that actually was acting as a barrier between the 2 spaces. Just that little touch of something a bit quirky really gave this home so much more personality.
It was still very warm, it was very inviting. With a real architectural house, people think it's stark and it's white. This just proved that wrong.
Is the typewriter still used?
Very much so. Clickety-clack.
The ding.
Yeah. This is our retro room. I tell you like that room, do
I
you?
do like that room, yeah. I was drawn to that one somehow. I'd like to think probably the judges just saw a lot of personality in our house. It's certainly retro and colourful, and white walls we don't do.
I was so thrilled when we walked through that door and we just got that surprise. Because it's so unique and so different, but from the outside, it could have been anybody's home.
I found this home quite emotional because when you went in, my granny's carpet was on the staircase. You know, and the Pyrex dish, which my mother had. And it was just extraordinary, and the fact that everything was used.
Yes.
We're kind of eclectic collectors of all things, sort of 60s and 70s and stuff, so it's just an expression of that, really, you know, so.
It just blew me away, this home. It wasn't a museum.
It was not gimmicky in any way. This was a real lifestyle choice, done with huge amounts of skill. And it's just a really happy, fun home and place to be. And you have to take your hats off and say, even when you pull all that away, actually the bones of what they'd done was very clever. Our next home was the Cobb house. And I have to say, this house had a real impact on me. That feeling that you got from the connection between the homeowner and this home was actually very, very powerful when you were walking around.
The house is made out of mud, cob, it's mud and straw, mixed together. Fela designed it, she's an architect.
It's the mud that we dug up for the foundations, that's what we built the walls out of.
When we went in, I was thinking this is going to be dingy and dark, and it wasn't at all. It was bright and light, but warm and cozy. I mean, it just captivated me. I just kind of fell in love with it.
It's a functioning home. The detail was amazing. Those lights in the walls. Wasn't that just extraordinary? I want to go down and start squashing the cob with me toes. I was inspired. I have to say, amazing.
I think our home's really curvy and soulful. It's just really natural and it's like being in a hug.
I have only boys, so I ended up having to paint a lot of things pink. This is the most recent, so I think I'm getting a slightly more tasteful as I'm going along. Look.
When you walked in, it was like you were hit by this cacophony of colour, textures and materials, and they all sat comfortably together because these people understand how you put colour together.
That's an easy thing to get wrong. Could have looked muddled very, very quickly. But it didn't.
Absolutely no.
If we won, I'd have a great time telling all my friends that I was right about colour all along and they should really have listened to me.
Architecturally, it kind of just sprawled and evolved and grew with the family over the years, and actually didn't mind that at all.
If you set out to build a house, you wouldn't build this. But that almost added to its charm, didn't it?
The swing in the kitchen, the boat swing in the kids' room. I mean, I want to be 8 years old. I want to play there all day. It was that kind of a home.
I think our house stands out from the rest because it's a lot more creative.
That's a swing.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody should have a swing in their house.
And the last of our 7 finalists, this incredible period terrace.
What a home.
Beautiful marrying of period features and a contemporary home.
Architecturally, it was spot on, but then the interior design as well. Top to toe,
Amazing.
every corner.
Such visual clarity. And
Absolute designer instinct there.
the boldness of some of those colours they'd used on the walls, that staircase.
Yeah.
All in that amazing grey.
What's going on with the stairs? What's the light?
We put lights underneath because they're floating stairs, and also for a little bit of light because you can see I have quite dark colours all over the place. Most people think bright colours, and they're afraid to use dark colours. So I think that's quite a different feel when you come in.
That lovely window.
Yeah.
Where they kept the shutters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had the view down to the dining room. That was an amazing piece.
Yeah.
Because it is very complicated,
Yeah.
usually when you do those extensions.
I have been in Carla's home and I want to move into Carla's home. I absolutely adore it.
It's the final of Home of the Year. With tensions mounting, the judges now face the challenge of selecting the winner. But with 7 incredible homes, it's not going to be easy.
There's amazing diversity in this final because all the homes are different. And if you put them all together, you go, how in hell are we going to get to the winner?
But in terms of meeting their criteria, this one ticks more boxes for me. At the same time, this one is what the core of this whole competition is about, actually.
In different ways, they're about passion, they're unique, but they're also, in some cases, a labour of love.
This house was incredible, but this one trumps it slightly for me. I think the ringmaster might need to be called in at some point this afternoon.
The 3 judges are just so different in what we like, and it will be a real challenge to come to a consensus.
So I know this is incredibly difficult, but we have got to start whittling this down.
I don't know how we're going to choose a winner from this final 7.
What was interesting about this is all the homes were open plan, with the exception, really, of this house. You did have an internal living room, and there was no lighting into that living room.
Well, if you want to take that problem and you look at how it was solved
Correct.
in this house, the ground floor open space in this was probably, I think, the best open plan space that we had seen.
That's a bold statement, Declan.
Think about how narrow it was and how long it was and how they had broken it up.
Yeah, come on.
Oh yeah, look, there's no doubting.
No, you just said the best that we'd seen.
No, well, hold on a second. They had a ground floor in a Muse development in the city. That's out on its own. Different set of criteria. So in terms of clever design, that, for me, trumps a lot of the other ones. This is getting harder the more we talk about.
Yeah. It's really tough. It's actually really tough. I actually feel very emotionally attached to the houses, It's,
Of course you do, because it's been our journey.
Yeah.
Okay, now, come on, we're fluffing
Emotional,
it.
emotional.
Yeah. Come on.
When the standard is this high, it's a bit like comparing 2 Michelin star meals. They're both amazing, but you have to pick one. We have a little bit of a connection actually with these now from the times that we spend in them. Not happy to have to actually get to this point.
I know.
The big question is, what really makes a home when you get down to it? What is it?
There's something that the photographs can't capture, which was how you felt when you went into the home.
In describing a home, for me, it's about sort of warm, it's comfort, it's about ephemeral things. They're sort of guts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this home was just stunning, amazing design, just loved it. I can't express that enough.
Yes.
But there was just this emotion missing in this house.
I'm actually going to agree with you on this one. Architecturally, ingenious. Interior design, flawless. But there was a little spark missing. I found it very difficult to actually describe what it is.
There was a little bit of that personality that just wasn't coming through for me.
It was nearly too perfect.
Yeah.
But we have to start somewhere.
I know it's really
very
hard.
difficult.
It does just come down to that intangible thing.
Correct.
I think it's a crying shame, really, but looking at all 7 now, I think it's the one I want to keep probably the least.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, we now have 6 incredible homes, but we have to keep things moving. And so I'm going to put a house forward for elimination.
Go on.
And sad as I am to say it, I'm putting this house forward.
I'm just going to have to put that back.
Absolutely.
Over there, Helen,
Yeah,
okay?
no. This house had amazing design detail.
Yeah.
Yes, it was free form.
Things like we would specify, you know, like how to light a staircase properly, how to negotiate between rooms, you know, all of these details that we would be used to. This actually had it, but it was in a very free-flowing form.
There may have to be some compromises to pick a winner, but it's not coming from me.
Maybe instead.
I mean, I think this house really did do a lot of the things that we are looking for in this competition.
Without a doubt, it was amazing, but looking at the context now, there's other ones that I want to hold on to more than this one. And that's the only way I can work out this criteria in my head.
Yeah.
Are you in agreement?
Yes, I think at this point we have to let something go.
Are you happy with that?
No, most certainly I'm happy. I think this was an amazing home. I'm very, very sad.
We have to choose a winner. That's why we set out on this journey. So
that's why we're the judges, Declan.
This is it, yeah. It's not easy, Hugh. If you had to pick a favourite bathroom, which would it be?
Oh.
For me, that bathroom was phenomenal. I mean, that wall, I just could not forget about it.
Best
it
in
was
show.
beautiful.
This home is definitely up there.
The feeling when you went into this home was just incredible. I mean, it was captivating, wasn't it?
At the same time, this one.
This was one of my least favourite kitchens.
Really?
Yeah, I thought there was just so much going on in here.
But that's what this house was all about.
I accept that, Helen, but I'm just saying, I think it was absolutely tunnel vision. The period is set. The house never evolves, it never changes. And please understand, I love it.
Yeah.
But I just think it's just in a time warp.
But we're not judging the home and how it's going to look in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
We're judging the home and how it looks today.
I've had loads of fun with Helen and Hugh with their little tiffs as we've gone, but that needs to be put to one side now. I need to keep them focused so we can pick a winner.
I have to say, I mean, in these two, there's a similarity here.
Correct.
In terms of style, because it's all about personality and it's quite full on. Full on colour, full on personality.
It's just so hard, but, you know, we have to make a decision.
I think this home was amazing because there was a consistency.
Yeah.
This is about beach and about colour.
For me, this house was truly exceptional and I will not let this home go out. There was just such true passion and love in this home.
Everything you said in this home, I can be equally as passionate about this.
We are going to be here for a very long time if you think I'm going to let this house go.
In the other room, the homeowners have gathered to hear the verdict. But with the judges struggling to agree, they have no choice but to wait.
Look, there's no easy decisions at this stage, let's be honest. I loved everything about this home.
I know.
It was right up there, but I think the others maybe are just standing slightly above it, and if it has to go now, it has to go.
I mean, it is so difficult, isn't it? I don't want to let any of them go. You know, I want to hold on to them all.
I suggest this home. Again, there are other houses that I'm putting my money on.
Yeah. We're down to 3.
Indeed.
We have got to pick a winner. I am going to pin my colours to the mast and say that for me, this is the winner of Home of the Year.
The attention to detail and design was extraordinary. I just love this home. Elegant simplicity.
I actually agree. From the moment I was in that house, I knew it was always going to be really tough to beat. In terms of functionality and clever design, I mean, this had it in spades.
We've made our decision. This is our Home of the Year.
Absolutely. It was just a faultless home.
I'm thrilled, 100% the right decision.
A wonderful and worthy home. Hello.
Look
Welcome, everybody, to the final of Home of the Year. This is, in fact, the first time we've met. So on behalf of myself and my fellow judges, we would like to congratulate you on having such fantastic homes.
We had a very difficult day today deciding which home was the winner. The first thing we're going to tell you about is which homes made it into the top 3. The The first home we all really admired was just full of passion and design creativity. It was charming and magical. There was just an energy came out of this home, and it oozed out of every single corner. And it was the Cobb home. Today was an amazing process because I found it so difficult. We became very emotional about this competition, which I didn't expect at the beginning.
Another home that we absolutely loved, a home that defined personality. Every detail in this house had been thought about, and we commend the owners for their commitment and dedication. And that was the 70s home in County Kildare.
So much love put into the house. To see it appreciated by other people, it's just rewarding.
The third home that made it into our top 3 combined incredible architecture and beautiful interiors. The home itself is kind to the environment and it sacrifices nothing in achieving that. It's a beacon for creative and clever design. That is the split-level home in Cork.
But there can only be one winner. And we have decided that the winner of Home of the Year is the split-level home in County Cork.
The process of choosing the winner was very difficult and actually quite emotional, but I know we came to the right decision.
Just fantastic.
When you put the effort in over several years, working really hard to get it right, it's just amazing to get the validation that we got today and to be crowned Home of the Year.
Happy?
We're really looking forward to now is to phoning Don, my son and architect. He's in Malawi and we really are looking forward so much to telling him. We've won Home of the Year.
You do realise that all the judges get to move in with you as part of the prize, don't you?
I'm just so delighted this house won because it was the star. Amazing architecture, extraordinary interior design.
Just had the most incredible feeling when you walked into that home, that intangible quality that I just could not forget this home.
Bold architectural statement, kind to the environment, beautiful detailing, beautiful materials, and warm and cozy on the inside. Absolutely unique. It had everything, and I couldn't be happier.
We're really pleased that we can share that other people can see that it's possible to have a beautiful house that is ecologically friendly as well.
I've learned what it really is to make a home and to grow a home. Very emotional journey as well. But at the end of this process, no doubt about it, for me, the right house won.
What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character are competing to be crowned Home of the Year. In the series so far, the judges have travelled the country, finding extraordinary homes worthy of a place in the final. Making the tough decisions are interior design legend Hugh Wallace, architect Declan O'Donnell, and textiles and homeware designer Helen James.
For me, this competition is all about celebrating bravery and bold decisions in your home.
I want to be impressed by the ingenuity of the people who live in the home.
When it gets down to it, budget has nothing to do with it. It's all about the creativity and the sense of the homeowner, because that's what makes a really good home.
Tonight, the judges travel to the west of Ireland to visit 3 more unique homes. Scoring them based on functionality, individuality and clever design, the home with the highest marks will earn a place in the final. But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. First, Jane Chambers and Miles Lamberth moved to Sligo to set up their beachfront cafe Shells in 2009. They bought an 80-year-old bungalow and set about making it their perfect seaside abode.
We never lived here, we'd only ever spent the odd weekend here, but there was always something magical when we were here.
We can still go surfing every day.
Yeah, still go surfing after work. The house, when we got it, was in really poor state.
But we just loved that view so much and we fell in love with it.
When it came to doing our own house, we knew exactly what we wanted out of it.
We just kind of wanted to just be a bit bold with the house, have a few risks. We decided that we would do poured concrete counters, kitchen with a lot of heart and character, somewhere fun to be in.
Soon our home's going to become a family home, so we're expecting our first child in about 2 months.
I can't wait. One day I'll be able to skateboard in my house with my kid, my concrete floors. I think salvage pieces always have a story, and that's very important for our house. We found this guy who makes tables out of old basketball courts, and we got this table made up to fit a dozen people, and it worked really, really well.
We've chosen our main bathroom as a favourite part of the house. One of the key things is this, which is the original entrance to the house. So it brings everything together, the old cottage, new extension, industrial and salvage in one little space. We love living here. The house is purpose-built for our needs. Between the house and our location, you feel like you're on holiday when you're not in work.
The judges must now assess the home, armed only with the basic facts about the property and its owners.
We have a little roadside stone cottage.
In a fantastic location.
It's amazing. Let's go.
Wow.
It's a lovely uplifting feeling when you come in. You have a number of different heights going on here. You enter into this nice volume, it gets lower again, and then it goes up into this shape, embracing those views.
There's a perception with bungalows that the ceiling heights are quite low. The complete opposite is the case here when you come in. What a terrific trick. Sloping that ceiling up, defined the space, allowed you to do the big picture windows, completely changed the space.
Very cool. I love all of the textures. You know, the exposed stone, the wood, the concrete floors.
Rough, smooth. That's when it gets interesting because there's more than one layer. Every time you look at something, you're seeing something different.
I love this table. Isn't it fantastic?
What it reminds me of is the floor from one of those great nightclubs. Imagine the romance, the dancing that went on that table.
On that floor.
On that floor. You must remember the ballroom of romance.
Was that around in the 90s?
Ah, come on, baby. When you collect and you salvage items or products, they can either be naff or really perfect. This house, they're perfect. I just love these kitchen units. How about that now?
I can't believe that actually has that mechanism in it because it looks like something that will creak open, but it's not.
Dishwasher. I love it.
People think pictures are the only things that can go on the wall, but look how graphic those shapes look against the white. It's really, really clever.
You've got to respect people who make bold design decisions and carry that right through their home.
This was a decision, like, you couldn't change your mind.
With
this
not
is
at all.
here. It's a monolith, you know?
Yeah.
This is a poured concrete, solid worktop. It's not moving.
No.
So, like, you made the decision to put this here.
Staying.
Yeah. Wow, look at that incredible view.
This space is like a fourth room. You have lovely threshold detail, so you've got no step.
Fantastic. Look at the fire pit.
And then we have our shower.
Outdoor
Our
shower.
surfer's shower.
Surfers.
You can imagine they come here, rinse down, come to the fire, wrap up in a blanket and just breathe in that amazing view. It's great being in this space because they've been really clever.
They've really achieved a lovely, warm, cozy living space within this open plan area.
Works really well. And what I like is those industrial lights, which give the sort of total tone of the interior design of this space. And You either like it or you don't like it.
We are seeing it everywhere, in bars and cafes. Everywhere I go, it's kind of in my face. So I would only question is, will it stand the test of time in your own home?
The industrial style that's been done here has been really carried out in great detail. In my view, won't age. And when the owners are in their 70s, they'll still be out surfing and they'll still enjoy this place.
I think they've been very conscious in this house in how they've displayed their personal effects. You're really getting a sense of their personality. It's all very curated, but it doesn't feel precious either. They've just got the balance spot on, I think.
And it is very tranquil. Having the bed here, looking back at that wall, is just terrific. You lie in the bed and you can order your breakfast.
Fantastic.
It's just fantastic.
And will you be bringing it in to me
I'll
on
be
a
bringing,
tray?
Helen, I'll bring you in breakfast. It's just super.
Bathroom.
Bathroom, and look. On a personal level, I am so thrilled that we have a favourite spot that's in a bathroom.
I'm quite surprised, actually, that this is their favourite spot. Because for me, there are other places in this home that are more unique and more amazing.
The fact that the bathroom is sort of a mini version of everything we've seen to date is fascinating. There's a whole warmth to this house and a comfort, which really makes it a home.
The home will now be marked out of 10. One score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
They've achieved a real sense of warmth with their use of natural materials, which they've repeated throughout the home, giving a lovely sense of fluidity and cohesion. I'm giving it a 9.
I have to congratulate the owners for pulling off a fantastic design using reclaimed material to curate a truly unique look and a fantastic functioning home. And I give it a 9.
This is a small house, but the homeowners put real thought into their design and their layout, and the size of the extension is just the right size to allow the open plan spaces to work. The sloped ceilings and picture windows have a huge impact on how those spaces feel, and that really impressed me.
Next up is a self-built cob house in Sligo. Architect Fela Butler and carpenter Colin Ritchie live with their children Dahi and Fia.
When we told people we were building with cob, the 2 things people thought is we were building an African mud hut or we were building a famine cottage.
It was going to wash away.
And then people were like, oh, it's actually a real house and it's actually quite a nice house. Cob is subsoil, it's the stuff down beneath the topsoil, and you mix it with straw, and at the end of it, you have a building material.
The kind of build itself took 3 years, really. It is labour intensive though, you got to be up for the job at hand. Being a carpenter really helped when it came to the woodwork side of building the house, and we made nearly everything from the kitchen to the stairs to the bunk beds.
Do you know what you're going to paint? Not yet?
That's the key element of the mud, I think, is the beautifulness that you can make out of it. It's just sculptural.
It's so expressive, isn't it? And personal. It's a house with personality, you know, like no other, I suppose.
Plus all locals think you're mad.
Yeah. When I designed it, I always describe it as it was this invisible mould, and as Colin filled it, you know, people could finally start to see what I'd always been able to see. I love this house.
She married the builder.
Wow. This is just like a fairy tale.
This is a non-traditional building in terms of its construction. It looks like a cob house, which is made from compacted earth and straw. That's what gives it its roundy shape.
Ah, it's very unusual. I've never seen a cob house before.
I've never been in one.
Neither have I.
Shall we go?
Yeah. Wow.
Amazing.
Isn't that view just great? This big window looking out onto that wonderland. And look, we have a sheepskin rug.
Oh, cozy. Sitting here by the fire with your cup of tea.
Very nice. This is a lifestyle choice, and you have to be really committed because these walls look like plaster, but don't forget, underneath that, it's built up of compacted earth that was put there by hand, probably by the owner's hand. And you have to be amazed really at the time and effort that goes into doing something like that.
It's different from what we do in terms of rigid drawings and lines. This is something that if you feel it should take a shape, you can make that shape and you can sort of knock down a bit and rebuild
Change
it.
it. Yeah.
It's soft when you're building it. It's like putty. So if you come up with an idea, it's a bit like marshmallow, you know, and you think, I want to put a bookcase in there. You just kind of squeeze it in and it fits.
I'm interested to see what the floor is.
Yeah. It looks like, I mean, is it some kind of compacted earth again? Maybe mud? Something else in it, maybe? You're having a taste? What's it like?
Mud and sand.
It's a bit gritty.
It's an earth floor.
And you think it's practical?
I don't know. I wonder, with kids, and you've got lots of nooks and crannies,
Yeah.
I wonder if it's difficult to keep clean.
Sweeping brush.
Yeah, job done.
A self-built project takes a huge amount of commitment. Never mind something like this, where you're actually building it with your bare hands. So much creativity, so much personality. That's what we're looking for in this competition.
I'm just kind of, falling in love with it, even though it isn't particularly my style.
Everything here is handmade. It's just fantastic to see how they've understood the materials, the knots and the colours and the textures really come out.
Oh. What is that? Oh, is that the fridge?
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic? So the cold air comes in. Wow, you can really feel
it's properly
cold.
freezing,
Yeah.
I genuinely, having visited this house, would like to find out about cobbing because it's become real for me.
Ah, kid's bedroom. Oh, look at that bunk bed.
That's a bunk bed. I used to have bunk beds when I was younger. They look nothing like this. And looking at this now, I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I had this.
It's like sleeping in a tree house every night, isn't
totally,
it?
yeah.
So much creativity, so much personality. This house is actually really, really clever, top to bottom.
Lovely glass treads to get the light in on that great.
Wow.
Look at the scallop of that for the roof light. The cutout of it, how they've kind of chopped out that huge, big, thick roof. Huge amounts of light down to the staircase. Amazing.
I mean, this could have been a really awkward space because normally in this part of a house, you've got a corridor and you've got straight walls, but you've no straight lines up here. And you've got all of these rooms and shape converging here. Just feels magical.
It does, yeah. And look, it's their favourite spot.
It's a lookout tower, isn't it? You've just
Right
got
up.
green all the way from the windowsill to the mountain.
The shape of this house is really special.
This is the other side of the staircase we're seeing, but look, they've even undulated that so it's wavy and it's a different colour. It's an amazing kind of sensual experience to be up here and seeing it all of these shapes coming together.
And we have a whole cob world outside.
It's quite incredible. It's basically a mud hut.
Yeah, but this is an amazing product.
It's also a quite inexpensive way to build.
But there's time and love and commitment.
Yes. So what I'm really getting from this home is that everything that they've created, the little nooks and crannies, the furniture downstairs that looks like they made it, is really incredible. But the elements that they've brought in, the sofas and the furniture, just for me don't have the same impact.
This house wasn't built, it was sculpted, carved and moulded into a quite extraordinary family home. Using earth and straw is such a humble and honest way to build. There's personality and ingenuity in every stroke, and it's been a privilege just to come and visit. I'm giving it a 9.
I was absolutely enchanted. This is a truly unique, handmade home, and I have real admiration for what the homeowners have done here. I'm giving this home a 9.
Their mastery of the cob material is evident, and that's allowed them to create a great family home with really good design detailing, and the whole house is just seamless when you walk through it. I loved every nook and cranny of this home.
The third home is on the Connemara coastline. After renting this tranquil thatched, Karen O'Connor persuaded her landlady to sell her the cottage she now calls home.
I think there's something uplifting about a thatched cottage. The fact that it's so old and it's got all that history, culture, tradition. My own father, God rest him, grew up in a thatched cottage. I think there's something lovely about a natural roof like that. In the wintertime, it's lovely and warm. And in the summertime, it's lovely and cool. So when I moved in, all the big renovations had been done. It was really, I suppose, about putting my touch on the whole place in terms of the flooring, in terms of colours, kind of give a sense of being more room and a little bit more airy and all that. I wanted to kind of blend in different colours that I love from different places and still very much have that Irish feel. About 3-4 years ago, I decided that I really would love to build like a home office. And it just came together beautifully down beside the trees. I work from there part-time. There's a different feel to down there than there is to this house here. This is the heart of the house. And when I have friends and family in, this is where we relax, this is where we chat and have the crack. And then when I'm on my own, this is where I sit and have the half door open and let the sun stream in or the rain, whatever it is. So for that reason, this is my favourite spot. Well, one of my friends, when I told her I was going to call it Beach House, she started laughing. She said, "Sure, you can't see the beach." But it's that kind of dream of being beside the sea and that nice, easy life. There's something very special about it.
A lovely little cottage.
Gorgeous.
And I just love the detail on the top, holding down the thatch. My understanding is that that would have been different for each thatcher. So it's like their signature.
It's lovely.
It's very important that the thatch cottages that are left in this country are maintained, restored and used because they're part of our heritage.
Oh, lovely. It almost has a feeling of an East Coast American beach house with the whitewashed wood and the colour palette.
The whole thing is just very pretty.
Love the little splash of red here. It's a lovely big squishy sofa and it's actually their favourite spot. And it does look cosy. When you're sitting here, you get that lovely sense of the ceiling going up. So
And the chandelier.
And the chandelier.
You're thinking, what's a chandelier doing in a cottage like this? You wouldn't expect it to work, but it does because it's sitting in a volume which is very simple and painted in a warm white.
You can really see the whole history of this cottage when you look at the fireplace.
This is where everything happened. You know, the drying, the storytelling, and the cooking.
It would have actually been quite smoky, wouldn't it? So what a contrast this is to a dark, traditional, smoky cottage. And now we have this lovely, big, bright space.
I just love the tradition of the Sacred Heart because to me that sums up this cottage. You know, that it is about that respectfulness that's in this place. And there's a calmness here, which I think is terrific. A cottage like this evokes memories and emotions. And the fireplace and the way it's been restored in a respectful way, like the half door when you come in, the beams, is just really well done.
Kitchen space.
Well, it's an odd kitchen because you only have the cooker.
Yeah. To have a cooker without a sink beside it, I just don't know how I would use this kitchen. So I would have left this as a dining area. For me, this doesn't function at all.
The kitchen is in two halves, half here, half there. I know there's an element of compromise with the small footprint of the cottage, but this is not the solution. There's a better idea than this.
Even in a small space, zoning it correctly is fundamental to its function, and it can really make or break a space.
So here is the other half of the kitchen.
As you said, that should have been the dining area. The kitchen would have worked a lot better if it was all in this space.
Yeah.
It's a surprise, isn't it?
Makes it feel bigger.
Yeah, you're reflecting the open space back into that. Really works well.
Simple thing, but it's great being up here. It's a lovely vantage point for actually looking downstairs. Very odd to have that in a cottage.
This gives this house real wow factor.
I think people can be obsessed with trying to squeeze as much as they can into a house, and by that I mean rooms. Whereas this is a great example of if you make that sacrifice, the value that this puts back into the house is really impressive.
So we've got a big, bright, whitewashed bedroom, but it feels a little bit cold to me.
I think that's because it's a grey and also it's a higher gloss.
I think if you're going to keep the palette very minimal, then you need to add layers of texture to create that tension in a room, which gives your eye something to dance around, and that hasn't happened here.
There's another thing. You see the lace curtain, and it ends up as a puddle on the floor, which is a dust collector. That's a real thing I hate.
Well, I actually really like the lace curtain, and I think it's very feminine, and that puddle on the ground, it's very romantic, and it is part of that whole relaxed, shabby chic kind of feeling. So I actually quite like the curtain, I have to say.
You're a romantic at heart, Helen.
I am.
This house should be on a postcard, but in this competition, that's not enough. The exterior is faultless. On the inside, there were some spaces that really worked, but equally, some that didn't. Overall, though, I thought it was a great little house and I'd easily found myself falling in love with it. I'm giving it a 7.
While some areas didn't work for me, I still feel this home is charming, comfortable and warm. I give it a 7.
I like that there's consistency in style throughout. However, I did have an issue with the functionality of a split kitchen, and for me, that just isn't practical.
Now that the judges have visited all 3 homes, it's time to see which home will come out on top. First, the seaside bungalow, where Declan held back his score.
This house had the sloped ceiling, big picture windows, you know I love that. Outdoor fire pit, all about lifestyle, loads of character, great use of materials. I give it a 9.
Wow, 3 9s. We're in consensus. This house obviously grabbed all of us. The total of 27.
Next, Hugh reveals what he gave the Cobb house.
The way the Cobb was manipulated to put those light fittings in, that amazing fridge that worked. And then the house on top of that had this personality and warmth, and you just got the passion and love of the people who built this house. Because of that, I just gave it a 10.
Wow, top marks.
Yeah, totally justified as well. I think love is the right word.
A 10 and 2 9s is a total of 28.
And finally, Helen reveals what she gave the Thatched cottage.
A really cute, traditional thatch house. Great to have this in the competition. And I gave this home a 7.
I think it's a fair score for this home.
3 7s is a total of 21. So we have our winner for this week.
This Cobb house, built out of the earth with such commitment and passion.
It was a joyous place to be, totally magic on the inside.
We all were enchanted by this house, weren't we? It put a spell on us. And I'm delighted that something so unique is in the final.
So the 5th home through is the Cobb house in Sligo. Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year. What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character will compete to be crowned Home of the Year. Each week, 3 homeowners open their doors to our expert judges, who must decide which one should go through to the final. Interior design legend Hugh Wallace has more than 30 years' experience in high-end design.
I love going into a home and I'm going, God, I'd never have thought of that. And it just works so well.
Award-winning architect Declan O'Donnell is looking for homes designed for living.
What I don't want to see are homes that are effectively show homes, because they're for someone else, and that is exactly the opposite of what we're looking for in this competition.
Helen James, textiles and homeware designer, has a passion for unique interiors.
Size doesn't matter in this competition. In fact, the smaller the home, the smarter the homeowner has to be.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. This week, the judges will travel the country to visit 3 very different homes. Looking for functionality, individuality and clever design, the judges will each score the homes out of 10. The home with the highest score will go through to the final at the end of the series. First, we're off to Kildare, to a semi-detached home with a unique interior. Musician and hairstylist Ger Eaton lives with his wife Suzanne and children Jude and Bowie.
It's a visual expression of how my brain thinks. Probably is, to some extent. It's like a Willy Wonka's sort of crazy extension or something. Music is a starting point for everything for me. Psychedelia, colours, 60s, patterns, spills out into decor and into just lifestyle generally, I think for me. It's all connected.
I was given the one room to have as a calm room. Sometimes I just need that little bit of break away from colour and busyness.
I think anything that has style from today tends to be like a replica of something from the past. For me, it's why buy a replica when I can buy the original. That's my sort of philosophy, really. It's just keeping everything as original and authentic as possible.
We've decided to pick our main living room as our favourite spot in the house. We like to hang out here. There's a few key pieces here also. We've got the turquoise suite here, which came from the American Embassy in Dublin, so who knows what backside bay have sat on that over the years. It's just a great family space to hang out and have fun.
8.
I think the judges might think, wow, because it seems to be a very popular response when people come in.
We call it like the Marmite house, really. It will be either a love or a hate thing.
I don't think I'd change anything. Wouldn't be allowed to change anything.
The judges must now assess the home, armed only with the basic facts about the property and its owners.
It's interesting that in Ireland during the 70s we had a penchant for mock Georgian, just a period I have a difficulty with.
It's really normal. We're in an estate, so I can only imagine what's behind the front door.
Well, let's go and see.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I've ever had that reaction walking into anyone's house before. It was absolutely incredible. It was like stepping back in time.
Fantastic carpet on the staircase.
Wow, I can't wait to see what's in the rest of the house.
Let's go.
Fantastic. It's kind of overwhelming, isn't it, when you walk in, but it's just extraordinary.
I love it. I just think it's an absolute hoot.
Floor tiles are just
amazing.
Oh, I just love it.
This is an English Rose kitchen, which is a very famous brand.
It's actually really cool about the kitchen as well as that it's got some really nice, clever details. Like this angle drawer, for example, means you can have a big, wide worktop, but you have a little bit more space on the ground to work around the kitchen. Really clever idea.
If it was slapdash and sloppy and the finish wasn't perfect, it would really fall down. But the fact that everything has been executed with real perfection really makes it work. Woo!
Look, weighing scales. How clever is that? Are you okay, Hugh?
Yes, I'm grand. I'm just
Are you overwhelmed?
I'm just overwhelmed by it all, and I think it's amazing it's somebody's house. I find it quite emotional because it brought back memories of my parents who are both dead, and I just thought it was extraordinary how I felt. What I love is like this piece because that's my mother.
I think this is interesting as well, because we have a modern fridge and a dishwasher.
Which you have to have.
But you couldn't just have your 2 modern appliances. You had to put your 70s fabric over it.
Great room.
Wow. Fantastic. Their favourite spot.
It's easy to see why when you come into here, great big volume. This is obviously where the family kind of all must come in and sit down.
What a great couch.
Big sofa. Oh, it's really cozy.
Got a lovely 1970s computer, which says, hope you like Marmite. Do you think that's a message for us?
As in, you'll either love it or hate it?
Yeah.
What's great about these big sliding doors is it enables you to break the space up and use it in different ways. It can be open plan and they can close it and separate the rooms. What I really love is that if you pull the style out of the space, it still functions really well. This is actually the extension. You know, they have extended this house. The kitchen, this open plan area, and the mezzanine level is all an extension to the original footprint of the house.
Yeah, they've actually sacrificed an upper level in order to get this openness, which I just think makes this space wow. Kind of disappointing.
Yes, well, that's not what we expected, is
No,
it?
this is not what I was expecting at all.
The owners have made such a bold statement everywhere else in the house. When you come in here, it hasn't been followed through, and I'm disappointed by that. God, look at that bed.
We used to have that duvet cover in my house in brown.
These people just love collecting pieces.
Yeah.
I can't help feeling that I'm in a bit of a Hollywood movie set. It's kind of beginning to wear me down a little bit. I mean, I love it. It's been done really, really well, but I just wonder how long you could spend here.
From my point of view, it's just all a bit much. And I think that a little bit more restraint would have been great here.
It ticks a lot of boxes of what I'm looking for, which is uniqueness and individuality and personality. That's what I'm looking for in this competition.
Having had an experience which is like a cacophony of colour and bits and pieces, I just need to have a little nap.
They must now individually score the home out of 10. They won't know what their fellow judges have awarded until they've seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
This house was a nostalgic trip to a different era, all hidden behind an unassuming front elevation. The owners are all about quality and have assembled a really amazing and unique family home, bursting with personality. I'm not sure if I could live here because it's not for everyone, but I certainly enjoyed visiting. I'm going to give it an 8.
I love the surprise of entering this home and my reaction to the decor, which brought me back to happy and emotional time of my childhood. While I loved it, on reflection, I found it a bit overwhelming at times. I give it a 7.
There's an amazing commitment to personal style. They've taken something quite normal and made it exceptional. It clearly functions as a family home, and I couldn't help but feel the love.
Next, we're off to Wicklow, where Jean McSherry lives with her partner Mark. Set aside a river, the home is a haven for nature, something that's close to Jean's heart.
I bought the cottage in 2005. I was totally transfixed by the actual location. Shortly after I bought this cottage, I collapsed. I was diagnosed with advanced cancer and I was given a very poor prognosis. And I decided that if I wasn't going to live that time, I was going to create something that was so beautiful, that would leave a beautiful mark behind me. What started as a renovation and extension ended up as a new build. It was very important to me that the cottage and the layout and the colours and the texture blended with the Wicklow landscape. This is one of the most relaxing rooms in the cottage. There's lots of books here to read and lots of lovely sofas to relax on.
And I love to do the fire when it's cold, get the room cosy for the evening.
I call this the cuddle room. I didn't want it to feel like a museum where you walk in and you're afraid to sit down on the sofa. This is my favourite spot in the whole cottage because when I wake up in the morning and look out the window, to me, this is heaven on earth.
Jean's an amazing woman to achieve what she has. It's not an easy task taking on a build of a house. She's got it spot on, 10 out of 10.
I'm very fortunate to have found and to have created such a beautiful place.
These 2 amazing trees are like a gateway,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Isn't it amazing to see a new build as a waterside cottage, beautiful stonework, lovely cut granite on the corner, and fantastic entrance door?
I think it's just enchanting.
Shall we go in?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
What a fantastic space.
This is country living, but what I actually like is that it's open plan as well.
There's a real eye for where things go. Lovely collection of plates. They're just fantastic.
I think it's really light and airy and fresh and clean. And I love that they have different tones of the same palette, picking out details like the doors are a slightly deeper shade. I think the palette is really nice.
This is a great room.
Wow, it's lovely to have windows on 3 sides overlooking the river.
What's great about this side of the open plan spaces, we're on the lower level here. They've changed the floor finish as well to wide timber, which really reinforces this feeling like another room.
When I come in here, I have these great bay windows bringing me out to look into the space. Yet all the furniture, instead of looking at that view, I'm actually sitting here looking back.
We have about 10 or 12 different styles of cushion. There's just way too much going on. It's like Coco Chanel said, you know, before you leave the house, look in the mirror and take off one accessory. You should do the same thing in your house, especially if you're going for that country cottage look, which has a danger of becoming cluttered. Stand back, take a look. Maybe you need to take some items out. Oh, it's a real sun trap.
It's only when you come out here that you really appreciate that river, the dense forestry that we're in. What I love as well is that this is a covered veranda, so other rooms in the house open up onto it. I mean, could you imagine what this place would be like at night? It is a sacred garden. I think it's amazing.
Lovely, cozy sitting room. Got the great view again with the doors out to the veranda, which is fantastic.
Loads of throws in this room, loads of colour, loads of different textures. I think it really works. I quite like it.
Yeah, I think it's much more successful in here. I mean, you do have a lot of throws and colours and cushions, but this is a really warm, cozy space. It's a much smaller space. The other room is a sunroom. I think it should feel lighter and brighter. Yeah. I think it's much better in here.
What a lovely bedroom. I just love the proportion and the simplicity. Just a white here, and I'm relying on the furniture to give that colour.
And there's the favourite spot. I can just imagine sitting out there having my breakfast.
In terms of style, it's very consistent with what we've seen. I mean, this is kind of exactly what I was expecting.
Is it enough that it's consistent?
Consistency is an important issue that we should be looking at. When we see it across a house, top to bottom, it's generally a good thing.
I think this house has much more than consistency. It has authenticity. And that comes through in the outside and, more importantly, in the inside of this house.
The owners have created a perfect, idyllic country cottage with a consistent style throughout, and they've done that with honesty and integrity. But what I'm happiest about is that architecturally they've got the layout spot on. I'm giving it an 8.
I loved walking in and the feeling of openness and airiness, a beautiful, bright, welcoming space. It's clear the owners love living here and really embrace country life, and I really respect that. I would have liked an added layer of some contemporary pieces. I'm giving this house a 7.
The owner's interpretation and attention to detail in the construction of this riverside cottage is just amazing. I love going inside, the colour palette, and I love the personal effects of this house, which gave it a real sense of being a great home.
The third home is a surprising conversion in County Galway. In 2005, Chris Deacon and Orla McCluskey bought a deconsecrated church and embarked on an ambitious renovation project.
We do both have a passion for old buildings, but it's not a very sensible interest to have.
So when we bought it, it was what you'd call derelict. The inside, it was just dead crows and rubble. That's all we had.
Renovating it was effectively like building a brand new house, except you had the constraints of 4 walls and the fact that the building was listed.
It's new everything really, apart from the
4 walls.
The 4 walls, yeah. And that was one of the conditions as well, that everything you did has to be reversible.
You come to this building in 100 years and you can tell when the changes were made. The idea behind the double house bit was that, you know, the building would retain that feeling of being a church.
One of the big advantages of living in a church is that you've got your own private tower. So it's a small room, but there's 4 big windows. It's nice and bright, and it's a lovely place to come and get away from it all. I remember one guy delivering a washing machine and a dryer, I think, and he was He was completely spooked by the fact that somebody was going to live in a church with a graveyard out the back.
This is it. I think we have a church conversion.
This will be interesting because I think they can be very tricky spaces.
It's a lovely little building placed on top of the hill. And what's even nicer is you have your own graveyard.
What more do you want?
Oh,
Lovely
nice.
colours and tones, really welcoming.
Wow, I love the light fittings. Aren't they fabulous up into the space? It's a lovely feeling in the room, isn't there? Sometimes church conversions can feel very cold, but this has kind of a cozy feeling to it, doesn't it?
These buildings were never designed to be lived in, so you're really taking on a challenge right from the outset.
Because you have obviously this one big space, and the challenge is how do you introduce other rooms into that? I think they've done it very well with the mezzanine because while it's in the space, it doesn't interfere with the nice big volume. That feels like a different space. But what's great is that they're all interconnected.
They could have put a wall there and made it two separate spaces, which wouldn't have worked as well. And I think the way that they have resolved this and left it open so that you're pulling all of this volume into that space actually works really, really well. If I was really going to nitpick, I would say I do wish that all of the artwork wasn't of their dogs. It's a very dominant theme of dogs.
They're on 4, 5, 6 walls. I think they are kind of dominating the space. It's a bit too much for me.
I think it's great. I think their personality comes out and their love of their animals. Paintings are terrific.
They're beautiful paintings. But my issue is that we have a dog and we have a dog and we have a dog and there is nothing else.
It's kind of reached the saturation point when there's so many of them.
I totally disagree with both of you because I actually think it's exceptionally restrained. And we have the favourite spot in the house.
This great big sofa.
I love the openness of the fireplace.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. I love it. I love that you can see all the way through to what looks like the kitchen.
It's great.
Wow.
Cozy.
Lovely kitchen.
In terms of its layout and its function, you know, it's probably exactly how I would have done it. I'm really pleased that it's in keeping with the style of everything else and they haven't gone too contemporary. It is a small kitchen, but it sits very comfortably in the space. It doesn't dominate the room.
I love what they've done there, actually, where they've sloped the ceiling up so that to the natural break in the window rather than cutting the window off at an awkward point.
The old saying, less is more. And that's what this restoration is about. It's understanding what they were about in doing the restoration and carrying it out absolutely flawlessly.
Wow. Imagine having a tower in your home. It's
I know.
fantastic.
What is it? A couple of meters each way. So the fact that they've just used it, they've put some window seats in, it's a lookout point. You see everywhere, you know, it's cool.
Now we're on the balcony. I'm disappointed with this space, particularly from downstairs when you look up here. What is the purpose of this, having put it in?
Just when I wanted to see a big kind of cozy chair, something to swallow you up and have a book and enjoy the space, we haven't got that. It doesn't really look used.
I think the function of this space is just that it's the bird's eye view. You're up in the volume. I love the lights and the fact that they've brought in some contemporary pieces, and I think that is fantastic.
It's interesting from up here. What this shows is the space is quite bare.
It looks like it needs something else to bring it to life.
Master bedroom.
One of the issues with the conversion is the windows. And you do have this issue that the windows end up being low within the bedroom. However, they've introduced the roof lights, so you do get in the natural light coming in. I think that the tone in this room is very nice.
I'm just a little bit disappointed in this room. There's lots of different pieces. None of it really bears any relationship with each other. It's all just kind of been placed.
But in the overall context, you have to admire these people for taking on the restoration of a church.
Absolutely.
And the way they've handled it and done it, I think, is really, really terrific.
I agree that the way that they've handled the restoration is fantastic. But for me, there are just some elements of the decor that I feel could have been handled maybe a bit better. The homeowners have done a great job with this restoration project, and there are lots of really thoughtful details throughout. However, I would have liked to have seen the bravery that they applied to the restoration carried through into the interior of the home. I'm giving this home a 7.
I'm in awe of the owner's commitment to the restoration and conversion of this 19th century church into a unique home. My only reservation was around the furniture because it was a bit minimalist. I give this home an 8.
Church conversions are notoriously difficult projects. The owners here will have faced huge challenges in doing this, so its success is a real testament to their hard work, their commitment, but ultimately their vision, which was to fall in love with this old church and bring it back to life as their home.
Now that the judges have viewed all 3 homes, it's time to see how they measure up against each other. First, the suburban semi-D, where Helen held back her score.
So this house just had oodles of personality, and I really, really loved this home, and I gave it a 9.
Wow. It really is a big score.
Yeah, but I just thought it was fantastic. A 9, an 8, and a 7 is a total of 24.
Next, Hugh reveals what he gave the River Cottage.
The attention to detail to create a riverside cottage in this location was just amazing. I gave it an 8.
Same as me, an 8.
2 8s and a 7 is a total score of 23.
It's a good score, but I would have hoped for something a bit better.
I think taking the whole house into consideration, it's a fair score.
But we now have a lead.
We do.
And finally, Declan reveals what he gave the renovated church.
These are hugely difficult projects to take on, loads of challenges for the homeowners, but I think they resolved it really well. I thought it was a magical little place, and I gave it an 8.
7 and an 8 and an 8 is a total score of 23. We have our winner. I'm delighted. The 70s house. When you went inside, it was just a wonderland and so much personality and commitment. I'm really delighted this house is in the final. Kind of feel like I have one up in the boys this week with my favourite house through to the final.
Helen's a bit smug, but don't worry, I'll get her back.
So the 4th home through to the final is our semi-detached home in Kildare. Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year.